I am the famous American. Let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. Let me say this. I feel every once in a while I owe it to my viewers to just say the annoying truth, because I understand most of my viewers that comment are not in the United States of America. They're in Europe. I understand that. What I have to constantly remind my viewers of, to us in the United States, world geography and ultimately world history are, here's the bad word, here's the curse word, trivia. Trivia, trivia. World geography and world history, trivia. Imagine that you are born in the United States of America. You are born and raised with this mindset and this culture. Certain values are implemented in our brains from child to adulthood. One of the things that is just not mentioned much is world geography and world history, ultimately. For an American, in our school system, growing up public, here's what we're taught: very basic stuff, basic stuff about, okay, so we've got some Civil War stuff going on here. We understand the thing about the Native Americans and the Trail of Tears. We understand about World War II. We understand about certain things. And yes, other countries exist. Here's the continents. We're really taught the continents more than anything. That was more of the emphasis. Just know be confident in your continents and you're going to be okay. All the individual countries, yeah. Europe, yeah, that's the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like, that's pretty much the extent of it. Know your continents. You don't really need to know anything else. No one really talks about it. Okay? So it's like this. What you say comes from your heart. What you value, right? It's just like with art. People make art on what they value in their culture. Well, it's like this. Our school system, our education system, our mentality here is to not really have any value in knowing about the other countries in the world or the world history there. And I'm not saying that's okay. I'm just saying we're taught different values here. We are taught that you've got to make a good living for yourself. So you got to find your trade, you got to find your niche, you got to do your thing. We're also instinctively taught to be entertaining people who are side hustlers, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm entertaining you while making money from the ads. And this is only one channel. The other channel has 9,000 subscribers. So that's part of what we're taught here. I feel instinctively. We're known for entertaining people. We're known for figuring out how to make money off of the internet as a side hustle, which is, again, exactly one of the, and this is only one way I do it. I have a blog. I have Amazon links that I do. So that's more of the mentality. How can I always be making money? And ultimately, most people are in debt, but for me as an American, I know the way to get ahead of that is you get out of debt and then start investing money and have side hustles. So those are things that are important to me. I say all that because ultimately, that has nothing to do with world geography. In fact, my clumsiness and not knowing enough about world geography and other nations actually helps me make more money because I'm able to talk about all the things I don't understand. How I can talk about Portugal and Morocco, and people want to watch those videos because I know so little about them. Now granted, I've seen every single episode of Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown. I love that show. I'm obsessed with it. Right? And then people say, well, you need to travel the world. I have traveled the world. I have been to Thailand twice. I was an English teacher there 2 summers. I've been to Trinidad and Tobago. I've been to New Zealand. I've been to South Korea. I've been to Ecuador. I haven't been to Europe, but I've been across the world. Maybe I've even traveled more so than other people. Maybe I have. But ultimately, when it really comes down to it, all this is trivia to us. We have no reason to value that. Even when it comes to world history, I've said many times, I'm aware of the strange condition in which the United States has been at war with the Middle East over the 9/11 attacks. We look at the nations we're always attacking. It's not the people. It's not, those people were not the people on the plane. You look at where those people were that hijacked the planes, they're from different countries, not the ones that we're attacking. So when I think, the whole thing about history, oh, you can learn if history repeats itself, right? If you don't learn from it. Well, I'm convinced we're not learning from our history. I'm convinced we're continuing to involve ourselves in wars, ultimately, probably so that the government can make money. Like, I get it. I accept that. I don't like it. I'm a libertarian. I vote against it. I vote against war. I vote against us policing the world. That's my view. But ultimately, I'm focusing on what I can control and I'm focusing on what I can control, not on what I can't. I'm recognizing world geography is trivia. World history, ultimately trivia. A lot of bad things happened in the United States history with slavery, with the way the Native Americans were treated. I'm aware of that. What can I do about it now? I don't see how learning more about it is going to actually help. If anything I can do, it's to actually do what I've been taught culturally as an American, and that is ask questions, entertain people, and make money by doing so, which is exactly what the construct of these videos are, like it or love it. I'm being honest with you. And it's funny when people get upset about it. You're not doing this for the right reasons. You just admitted you make money from these videos. I can't believe anything you say. I can't trust you anymore. Yeah, go ahead and say that to your doctor. Say, doctor, you're just doing this for, I learned you make money from this, from what you're doing as a doctor. I can't take anything you say seriously anymore. So, but see, that is part of American culture. How can I always be making money? How can I, and then if you get to the next level, once you start making money, how can I invest that money? How can I find all these side hustles? That's part, see, I'm sharing with you our actual mindset. And in that, world geography just doesn't fit in. World history just doesn't really fit in. So I challenge you to imagine what it must be like to be raised as a person in the United States of America, where you're not taught to value world geography. It's nothing more than trivia to us. I'm not saying it's not important, but I guess I'm saying it's not important, actually. Your comments belong right here. And forgive my honesty.